They said Meghan Markle is quaking in her boots. They called Prince Harry delusional. And Kevin O'Sullivan, he's cashing in on the same tired, toxic headlines. But here's the truth. Meghan is unbothered, Harry is freer than ever, and the only people shaking are the commentators, terrified of losing their grip on the narrative. Tonight we're cutting through the lies, slamming the smears and proving once and for all why Meghan and Harry are untouchable. Strap in, because this isn't gossip, it's facts. In public life, certain sounds become familiar, persistent calls of critics echoing through digital media. Recently, voices like Kevin O'Sullivan predict doom, painting Meghan Markle as a duchess in distress, supposedly fearful of what might be revealed. This narrative is recycled, suggesting Meghan is always on the verge of collapse. But are these warnings genuine, or just the territorial calls of a world resistant to change? Headlines use words like betrayal and fear to provoke, constructing a reality where Meghan is always under threat. This is a tactic: disorient, isolate, and define someone by supposed threats, not by their actions. Yet, if we look closer, we see someone who has learned to navigate this environment. The predictions of her downfall have proven wrong time and again. The storms have come and gone. She remains. Her resilience is a remarkable adaptation. The external noise doesn't penetrate her core. The narrative of fear is a projection, a story critics want to be true, not one supported by her journey. The persistence of this narrative reveals more about its creators than its subject. It comforts those unsettled by change, reinforcing old hierarchies. Commentators recycling these tales offer no new insight. They're performing a ritual. They tend to a narrative that serves their worldview. But these echoes are fading. They are the sounds of a past era, struggling to remain relevant. The world is moving on, and so is Meghan. The old guard's narrative is losing its power. The idea that Meghan Markle is quaking over another book is a myth. It paints her as anxious and unstable, but the facts show otherwise. She's faced unprecedented criticism and a complex public departure from the royal family. These are not the actions of someone easily frightened. True resilience is about response, not the absence of challenge. Meghan has consistently refocused on her work and family, launching new projects and advocacy. This is a deliberate strategy, to build, not break. The notion that a new book could deliver a final blow is illogical. What could possibly be revealed that hasn't already been alleged? Any new book would likely rehash old claims for a new cycle of outrage. Meghan has already weathered this storm and emerged stronger. To suggest she fears a mere echo of past attacks misunderstands her journey. The quaking Duchess is fiction, designed to entertain and sell papers. The real Meghan stands tall, empowered by experience. She knows the attacks are about what she represents: change and independence. Her continued work is the most powerful rebuttal to this myth. She is not quaking, she is building. That's the story worth telling. The myth fades as her reality endures. The media often portrays Meghan as isolated, but this is an illusion. Behind the scenes, she has a deep, loyal support system, a fortress built on trust. True friendship isn't measured by headlines, but by quiet loyalty. Meghan's circle includes friends who've known her long before fame and have stood by her. Their loyalty isn't for sale or swayed by public pressure. This private network is a vital buffer against relentless criticism. The concept of betrayal is weaponized, but true betrayal reveals the character of the betrayer, not the betrayed. Painful as these moments are, they clarify who truly supports her. What remains is a core group bound by genuine affection and respect. This fortress is invisible to critics and underestimated by them. The narrative of isolation is convenient fiction. In reality, Meghan is supported by a resilient network and a committed partner. Her fortress of loyalty is unbreakable. Some believe another book could unravel Meghan Markle, but this misunderstands narrative ownership. Meghan owns her story. She's lived it, spoken her truth, and processed the past. After years of scrutiny, what new revelation could truly shock? Any new book is just another drop in an overflowing ocean of commentary. Meghan and Harry have already shared their perspective through interviews, documentaries, and memoirs. They've taken control of their narrative, inoculating themselves against new claims. Now, accusations are just one person's word against theirs. The threat of another book is empty, like threatening a sailor with a storm after a hurricane. Meghan is the author of her own life, defining her story with resilience and freedom. Attempts to impose a different narrative are increasingly futile. The power lies with those who live and tell their own story. Critics are shouting into the wind. Meghan's truth stands firm. Prince Harry and Meghan's decision to step away from royal life was historic, a break from a pre-written destiny. For centuries, royals followed a rigid path of duty and tradition. To deviate required profound courage and self-determination. Harry saw the toll on his mother and the hostility toward his family. He chose to protect his loved ones, prioritizing family over title. Critics call it abandonment, but true duty is to conscience and well-being. Their choice redefined what duty means in the modern era. Meghan was not a puppet master, but a partner and catalyst, bringing a fresh perspective. Together they chose freedom and authenticity. This was not a betrayal of the past, but a step toward a protected future. They set their own course, navigating their own ship. Their courage challenges outdated expectations. Their story is one of love, loyalty, and self-determination. The attacks on Meghan and Harry reveal more about the media than their subjects. The media ecosystem is in decline, relying on outrage and division to survive. Fact-based journalism is replaced by recycled stories and speculative headlines. Meghan's story is spun into endless cycles of negativity for profit. The goal isn't to inform, but to provoke and generate clicks. This model erodes public trust and blurs fact with fiction. It creates polarization and makes fair discussion impossible. Repeated lies can feel true, polluting our shared information space. When we see negative headlines, we should question their source and motive. The real story is a desperate industry clinging to an old model. Society suffers when truth is sacrificed for profit. Meghan and Harry's story isn't one of victimhood, but of truth and self-determination. They broke free from a system that no longer served them, building a life on their own terms. Their journey is inspiring, a testament to resilience and purpose. They used their platform for causes they believe in, raising their children in privacy and normality. They traded a gilded cage for an open sky. This is true freedom, choosing your path and living your truth. As observers, we can reject gossip and focus on their real work. Their victory is independence and courage. Critics can't take that away. The truth will endure, gossip will fade. So let's be clear. Meghan Markle is not quaking. She's thriving. Harry is not delusional. He's liberated. And the people who are desperately trying to keep them trapped in old narratives, Kevin O'Sullivan included, are the ones who are shaking, because they know the power of Harry and Meghan lies in the fact that they don't need the palace, the press, or approval from the likes of Kevin to live meaningful, impactful lives. Meghan and Harry's story is not one of fear, but of freedom, and every attempt to twist it into a circus only proves how much they continue to unsettle those who profit from the status quo. Time to slam the brakes on the noise, time to turn up the truth. Meghan and Harry are not victims of books or betrayal. They are authors of their own future. Their story lights the way for a more compassionate world.